We transformed this JL behind me into a dream machine. Follow along as we show you how. So a customer out of Maryland brought us his 2019 Mojito JL Wrangler for some serious upgrades. As you can see, he's got a good head start on a bumper, a bunch of lighting. We previously did an S-Pod to manage all that stuff, and now he's back and we're doing some serious stuff. We're gonna beef up the steering with some awesome parts from SteerSmarts. While we're underneath there, we're gonna change the gears out and do a 488 ring and pinion swap from Revolution Gear and Axle. Again, while the Jeep's on the rack, we're gonna be doing a MetalCloak GameChanger 2.5-inch lift. We're gonna also put some high-mark Mopar flares on it, the same flare that comes on the Rubicon models. So that's gonna give him some increased clearance there. We also have a special surprise for the lighting. This is gonna be a new piece that we've never worked with before, so that's gonna be kind of cool. We'll show you that. And of course, then, this is all to make room for some awesome 37's. I can't wait to see this thing all done, and we are excited to get started on it. So we've got the 2019 JL up on the lift and we're working through the suspension. As you can see behind me, we've got most of the front end all complete. We've got the new MetalCloak springs. These are their 2.5-inch springs, their Rock Sport shocks, and their control arms, their gold zinc coated control arms. I really like their control arms because of their joints. Their joints offer a lot of misalignment, yet they're still comfortable because they're made out of the same kind of rubber that a factory OEM joint's made of. So we're getting there. Of course, as soon as we get the front done, we've got to work on the back and get that wrapped up. I want to talk too about the front fenders and flares. This is kind of a neat way to look at it because it's up on the lift, but the flares that we put on this, the plastic flare, is actually the OEM Mopar Rubicon Flare. So this flare is neat because it allows for a much more room in the wheel well because it's got a bigger arch and it's up higher. We also modified this flare by adding this cool light from American Adventure Labs. This is pretty slick because not only is it a light, but it's the support bracket because we took out the factory inner liner. So there's all sorts of room in there for these big 37's. We also ditched the factory inner liner and went with these customized ones from Fishbone Offroad. The customer actually provided these and did a really good job color matching them. So that's really cool. And it gives kind of a cool hint of color in the wheel well. So we've got all the parts laid out here on the table that we need to finish the rear MetalCloak suspension as well as the front steering and some other miscellaneous pieces. So just to go over them with you again, these are the rear control arms. These are the awesome Teraflex joints from MetalCloak. These things are patented by MetalCloak and they offer some really good articulation, like I said before. The steering that we've got, the drag link and tie rod are both from SteerSmarts. This is their Yeti, awesome, beefy stuff. We use it all the time. I mean, just compared to the factory stuff is huge. I really like these clamps. So there's no jam nuts on these pieces, which makes it really nice when you're adjusting on the alignment rack. Of course, we've got a new front drive shaft to put in the front. Here's our adjustable track bar, bump stops, sway bar links. So we've got a whole bunch of pieces yet to finish the rear end up. I can't wait to see this thing on the ground, especially with those 37-inch Nitto Ridge Grapplers. It's gonna be sweet. Before we do that, we've got gears and brakes to put on, and once we get into that, we'll show you what it's all about. So the JL's still up in the air. We've got a whole bunch that we're still working on. Right now, it's gear and axle. So we've got the front axle all torn apart. I mean, it is completely gutted. You can see there is absolutely nothing in there. We're gonna be setting up some 488 Revolution gears, and with those gears come the Timken bearings in the Revolution installation kits. So we've got a little bit more to go. We've got Herm doing an awesome job on this setup, and I wanna show you a little bit more out back. This axle is all done, it's all together. Some of the cool stuff that we've added is this diff cover from Spicer. This thing is awesome. It is a beefy piece. We've used these several times on other projects and are really, really happy with the quality, the powder coat, the dual drain fill plugs. They just look really good. Of course, the suspension under here is all MetalCloak, and I love seeing that gold zinc underneath there. We've got bump stops in there. These are the adjustable bump stops from MetalCloak. We've got 2 pucks stacked in there, and we're gonna fine tune that once we get the whole vehicle all done. But what we wanna talk about right now are these awesome brakes from Teraflex. These things are sweet. Now, of course, this rotor is substantially bigger than the factory rotor. Of course, it's also has these grooves for some venting and provides this big, massive 4-piston caliper. So we've got a few more things to wrap up on this project. Of course, we gotta keep going on the front, get the big brakes on the front. We've got a tire carrier over here to install yet, some steering, but it's coming together. I can't wait to get this thing all wrapped up on the alignment machine, and heading down the road is gonna be a sweet JL, and we can't wait to show it to you. So we just wrapped up this JL, and I think it looks super awesome. Of course, let us know what you think about this build in our comment section below. Remember to subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, and remember to follow us on Instagram and Facebook. If you want to see a complete collection of all the Jeep projects that we've ever built, head over to our website and check out our showcase, because we got some sweet stuff there that may give you some inspiration. See you at the next video.